row from opening night at the Cannes Film Festival with names like Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson, Harrison Ford and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's an exciting lineup. I'm here with our film critic Lisa Nesselson. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Eve.
Now, are you ready for 10 days of premieres, press conferences, parties and red carpet moments?
Of course I have. This is the 35th time I've done this, and I love this moment when everything is still potentially great on paper, and I had to fight my way into the building because there really are hundreds and hundreds of people outside hoping to catch a glimpse of someone famous, and I think especially Johnny Depp.
Especially Johnny Depp. Well, the opening film is a costume drama starring Johnny Depp as the King of France. It was filmed in Versailles, just outside of Paris, and it tells the story of Louis XV's favourite mistress, Jeanne Du Barry. Now, Nina Masson went to the chateau to meet Maïwenn, the director, who also plays her.
Hello from the Chateau of Versailles. We are here to meet the cast of the movie opening the biggest film festival in the world.
La comtesse Jeanne Du Barry.
Surtout, ne regardez pas le roi dans les yeux. Ce serait perçu par la cour comme une invitation.
Une invitation à quoi?
À la bagatelle.
I'm talking about Jeanne Du Barry. I don't claim to be showing an image of women in the 18th century. It's just a film about her and her love story. She was a courtesan, and she fascinated me in a way because she was a woman full of paradoxes. She was also greedy, self-serving, but I wanted to defend her.
Je t'aime.
Why did you choose American actor Johnny Depp to play the King of France?
I love him as an actor. I did struggle a bit with the fact that he's American, but I still wanted him. And I thought it's better to stay faithful to your own desire than to France. It's more important in films that it's desire that guides them. And on top of that, seeing how invested he was, how well he knew the history, how erudite he was, I couldn't not give him the role based on his nationality, especially as he has a home in France, children with a French woman. He has a lot of roots in France.
Vraiment, c'est quelqu'un de très, très, très ancré en France.
Votre désir de l'avoir lui.
You chose him despite his off-screen troubles.
Tous les démêlés judiciaires qu'il a, tout ce qui est dit pour de lui actuellement.
Vous savez, il a perdu son.
Well, you know, he lost his first trial and won the second, and that's his private life.
C'était sa vie privée, en fait, très vite.
Very quickly, I realized we'll never know the answer, and we're not prosecutors or judges.
Procureur ou comme juge.
Unfortunately, his life is very exposed, but we had to get on with it. I started from the principle that it was none of my business. I wanted him to get a taste for acting again.
What did Johnny Depp make of your version of Louis XV?
Il était très attaché à son autorité.
He was very attached to his authority,
à sa posture,
to his position.
But
I, on the other hand, wanted to show his romantic side, his taciturn, sometimes dark side.
Nous sommes devenus la risée de Versailles à cause de vos égarements.
Le Premier ministre ne va pas tolérer que vous laissiez une fille des rues côtoyer votre entourage.
Et là, aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce que ça
How do you feel about your movie opening this year's Cannes Film Festival?
I'm delighted. It's a new chapter, a new experience. I'm very happy too that the film is coming out at the same time. It's really great.
Le roi a d'autres maîtresses.
T'es en train de découvrir le côté sombre du roi.
So Jeanne Du Barry is the film opening the festival, and in the opening ceremony, Michael Douglas is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And another veteran Hollywood actor attending later in the week is Harrison Ford. He's here with the latest Indiana Jones film, aged 80. Now, Harrison Ford, he's a real Francophile, isn't he?
His love for France goes back to the 1960s when he was a young actor in Los Angeles, and the seminal French filmmaking team of Agnès Varda and Jacques Demy cast him in a role in a film that they shot in the United States. He went on to come and make an entire feature film in Paris. That's Roman Polanski's Frantic, one of the best movies ever made about what jet lag feels like. He plays a man who arrives in Paris, his wife disappears, and he tries to get to the bottom of it.
Well, he actually made the first Indiana Jones more than 40 years ago, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was in 1981. Here's a taster of the fifth one.
A few times in my life I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times, including once by your father. Sorry! But I've been looking for this all my life.
That was from the new Indiana Jones film that we're all waiting for. But the hot ticket here at the festival is Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. Now, Leo and Bob, as I like to call them, are Cannes regulars, aren't they?
Well, Robert De Niro was in a movie called Taxi Driver by the same director that won the Golden Palm in the mid-'70s. And Leonardo DiCaprio, just last year, and I think also the year before, he's very involved in ecological green initiatives. And so his name on a documentary means that it's going to get paid attention to. And, of course, he was in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Now, as well as veteran actors and well-known names, there are veteran directors and 5 former Palme d'Or winners, and that's the top prize here at the Cannes Film Festival. And they're here with new films, aren't they?
Some people complain about that because they say they're all old men, but I say if you're an award-winning old man, I want to see what you do next. And they don't just take movies that just because somebody made them, they have to be good too. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing new work by Nuri Bilge Ceylan, Wim Wenders, Hirozaku Koreda, Nanni Moretti, and Ken Loach.
Well, another thing, now you mention old men, everyone is talking about is the record number of female directors in the competition. 7 out of 21. Now, that is a record number, as I said. The head of the festival, Terry Fremo, says they're not included because they're women. They're included because their films are good.
Cette année, 7 réalisatrices en compétition. C'est-à-dire plus de 30%.
This year, there are 7 female directors in competition. That's more than 30%. It's thought 18% of directors in the world are women. So we're well beyond that. Obviously, this is a Cannes record, but I'm not going to say, yes, it's great. We watch the films and we decide what's good. What's great is that the growing importance of women directors means that just like in literature and music, there are more stories told from the female perspective in the world of film.
Les histoires féminines vont arriver d'une autre manière dans le monde du cinéma.
So 7 female directors in this year's competition. What else pops out at you, Lisa?
Well, what pops out at me is that a lot of people were prematurely declaring movies in theaters dead. 40,000 people are accredited for this event. People who couldn't travel or wouldn't travel because of COVID are definitely out there on the streets and fighting for tickets to get into the movie. Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon sounds like a pleasant title, but in fact it's about an aspect of American history where people have a tendency historically to try and take things that don't belong to them. In this case, powerful white men from the Indians who were there first, the Native Americans.
Well, another movie with a lot of star power is Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. He is often here at the festival, but he rarely wins a prize. It stars Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, Adrian Brody and Steve Carell. Now, are you a Wes Anderson fan, Lisa?
Well, people talk about filmmakers where you see one frame of their movie and you know it's them. And in fact, Thierry Frémaux, the head of the festival, said, and what I will say to describe Wes Anderson's film is that it's a Wes Anderson film. That's, I enjoy what he does.
Well, I have seen it, but I can say nothing on it because of the embargo. And I agree, it's a very typical Wes Anderson film. Here's a taster.
Sometimes I think I feel more at home outside the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, wow. Me too. They're strange, aren't they? They're children. Compared to normal people.
Yes, that's correct.
It's true.
Freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast.
I do a nude scene. You want to see it?
Huh? Did I say yes?
You didn't say anything.
I meant yes. My mouth didn't speak.
That was a taste of Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. So go on then, Lisa. What's your hot ticket at this year's Cannes Film Festival?
Well, there's brand new work, world premieres galore, but one of the sections of the festival I like the best is called Cannes Classics, and it's what it sounds like. It's restored films from the past, vintage things, some very old. And there's something I'm looking forward to from 1973, I think, Caligula, which is one of the most notorious films ever made. Malcolm McDowell played Caligula, who set about trying to disassemble the Roman Empire in the most debauched way possible. A very young Helen Mirren was in it, and she's supposed to be here to present it. Gore Vidal wrote the screenplay and then took his name off it, and it was produced by the man who ran Penthouse magazine. And so even though this is set in ancient Rome, he managed to take the film away from the director and insert some Penthouse playmates, apparently, into the narrative. So I've never seen it, and I'm very eager to do so.
Okay, well, that's it from us. Are you off to a party now, Lisa?
Party. Sorry,
I'll take that.
A giggle fit.
I'll take that as a yes. Lisa and I are off to the opening party now, aren't we? We're going to leave it there. We're out of time. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to join us here at the Cannes Film Festival. I'll be here with a daily show every day for the next 10 days. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Join us on Down to Earth, where we explore the incredibly complex relationship between humans and our planet. We meet the people behind fascinating environmental, health, and technological innovations in a bid for sustainable solutions to our changing world. Down to Earth on France 24 and France24.com.